Hi, I'm Lauren, and if you're an e-commerce brand or a performance marketer, the next 20 minutes could change your life. I'm the CEO of Australia's #1 performance-based marketing agency. Through 2022, myself and the agency won over 40 awards for digital marketing. I work with hundreds of e-commerce brands every year, and I work on their Black Friday strategies. Today, I'm here to give away our trade secrets to help you get the most out of your Black Friday. It's the biggest spending period of the year, so let's make sure you're prepared. Black Friday starts now. I know this may sound silly and you might be thinking, does she know we're not even close to Black Friday yet? But I mean every word that I say. It starts now, and here's why. 56% of customers start their holiday shopping in August. It's getting earlier every year. The noise and the chaos of Black Friday, Cyber Monday is too much for some people. They just want to get the best deal in the simplest way possible. Shopify recorded a record $7.5 billion in sales last year globally. This is growing year on year, and with customers more exposed, this is only set to increase this Black Friday. Even considering the recession, this can actually drive more buyers to make the most out of deals around this period. So you need to build an audience prior to Black Friday. 84% of customers compare prices for the best purchase. This means that you need to have the absolute best offer. And the best offer comes from months and months of testing, seeing what your audience responds to. An offer isn't just going to be a discount, it's the full offering that you have as a brand. Lastly, 92% of Australian shoppers are likely to try a new brand through seasonal sales. This means when we get to Black Friday, we have the opportunity to cast our net even wider and bring in more first-time buyers. But it also does mean that if you don't have the best strategy, your competitors can take your customers too. One common question that I get is, why would I prepare for the sale? I want to sell my products at full price, and I don't always want to be on sale. That is a great question. I work with a number of brands who have shared these concerns. Being on sale through expected sale periods will not devalue your brand. It basically ensures that you are seen and you are heard through this period. If you have a brand that people trust and you know that once they buy, the entire experience will keep them coming back, then the sale is just the start of their customer lifetime value. We would never say to a customer that they should wait till later in the year to buy. We are pushing customers to convert all year long, capturing these sales along the way, and then providing an incredible draw card for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, when consumers need and expect that sale. All right, so now that you know why we need to be so prepared, do you know the answer to these questions? What type of creatives do your audience respond to? What type of copy does your audience respond to? What type of discount or offer gets you the best results? Is your customer journey seamless? Is it personalized? How long does it take someone to purchase through an EDM? What sort of education do they need? What subject lines convert? Is SMS marketing an effective channel for your brand? Do you even have a list? If you don't know the answer to every single question here, then the next 20 minutes is all you need. All right, so what can you do right now to get the ball rolling? Firstly, prepare your organic strategy. This means your content posting on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, any platform that you have a presence. A hot tip for SEO is linking all of your social media platforms to your website. This can actually help build your on-page SEO as it builds trust. From a report my team generated in 2022, customers are 4 times more likely to buy from you if they have the same shared values. So your organic strategy really needs to elevate what you stand for as a brand. Who is your team? Why should they buy from you and your brand? You can do things like share your sustainability efforts, be genuine and honest with your customers, show how you give back to society. Whatever it is, it's not just about pushing the product when marketing in 2023. You really just need to think of what you value as a business and then build your content pillars for your brand around that and make sure everything that you post represents one of those pillars. You should also look at what channels you're on. It now takes up to 3 channels to convert a customer. So you need to make sure that you're actually showing up where your customers are going to be and using those content pillars to really post with purpose. We can also now see some really fantastic organic reach through platforms like TikTok and through Reels on Instagram. So it's not just about posting to be present, it's also about posting to actually find new audiences and people that might love your brand as well. You can also use things like Google Analytics to identify the top traffic referrers and see what sources your customers are coming to you from. And then you can make sure that you're putting your time and efforts on those platforms. Move to where your customers are. There's absolutely no need to reinvent the wheel. Next, you need to build an email sign-up strategy to grow your email database. This is one of the most important ones over the next few months. Your email data is yours, and you will own that no matter what changes happen on Meta or Google. It's such a valuable asset for you to have. One email send out has the power to generate a brand thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. What is even more valuable is to integrate this with an SMS strategy. A hot tip here is do not use SMS like email. A text message is so personal and the chance of unsubscribing is much higher than email. So send quality over quantity. Make sure that you have something that they want, like a juicy discount or a 4-hour VIP sale where text actually makes sense. If you can grow your email database, your owned data, then you can also send out basically free marketing over peak periods. This is when advertising is going to be the most expensive. You also have the opportunity to educate your audience in the lead up to that peak sale period. And we already know how important that is. Key takeaways that you can do right now to increase your subscribers. I'm sure most of you have this, but having a pop-up website to give 10% off your first purchase will encourage people to join the database. However, you can one-up that and double your discount if they also provide you their mobile number. Klaviyo has this option. Privy is also a great app on Shopify that does the same thing. Both will take 5 minutes to set up, and the sooner you have that set up, the sooner your SMS database is growing. You can also run a competition on your socials to drive database signups. I would recommend putting paid spend behind this to drive further reach from that. A great app to use is called Viral Sweep, which also hosts the competition, and it allows you to do things like post entry actions, which can be, follow us or visit our website or share this with a friend for extra entries. You can also say make a purchase for an extra 50 entries. That one works a treat. You can even run this as a collaboration with another e-commerce brand and really share those resources. Third on the list is prioritizing engaging new customers to your website. So you can try new platforms, target cold audience through paid advertising or through PR strategies. The focus on cold audiences will bring more people to retarget through sale periods. I'm sure everyone is aware, but just in case, a cold audience is someone who hasn't actually seen your brand before. Warm audiences include things like web traffic or your followers or people that have engaged with your brand before. When you target cold audiences, make sure you consider that they don't actually know who you are. You will need to give them the full education piece about your brand. The best way to do this is through your website sign-up or a competition, and then build out an email sequence to educate those new sign-ups. You can offer an incentive to push these people through to purchase as well. Number 4, you need to prove that your product is great through reviews. It's not good enough to just stand there and tell potential customers how great your brand is. We need to prove this. The best way to do this is to drive reviews from your actual customers. A great platform for this is Yotpo or Judge Me. Number 5, TikTok is not going anywhere. Growing your TikTok is so important, and it's now the #1 search platform in the world for Gen Zs. TikTok drives buying decisions, and we can see this through proof of things like TikTok made me buy it. I know it can be difficult to create your own content, but the lo-fi style really works, and that's the easiest to DIY. I've started my personal TikTok journey, and it has been the best way to learn the platform and see what works. I will be popping up some Black Friday tips over the next few months as well, so if you want to follow along and you need some inspo, my handle is Lauren Oak CEO. Number 6, when it comes to your website, this is going to be your biggest asset. Have you built one big slippery slope from start to finish? If no, spend your time here. Remove all possible barriers to entry. Here are some of the things that I would look at if I was reviewing a client's product page. First of all, is your add to cart above the fold? And so that means, is it when the page loads, is it right there? Is it high contrast and does it stand out? Number 2, do you have more than one step from add to cart to checkout? If you do, reduce this as much as possible. You can try just a straight buy now to purchasing. Number 3, do you have more than product imagery of your product? Do you have videos or how-to guides or UGC content really showing the product in action? This is vital when buying online, especially for brands with higher price point items. Number 4, do you have Afterpay or Klarna callouts? Do you let them know that they can shop a different way? If you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely get Afterpay or Klarna so that your customers have options on how they can pay. It allows them to split their payments over several weeks. Number 5, your product description should sell the product to the customer. Are they pushing the why? Are they speaking to the customer? For example, if I'm selling some sunglasses to you, I could say that they're plastic, black, and they have glass in them. Or I could say that these are going to protect your eyes, allow you to enjoy all the scenes around you through the seasons, and they go with any outfit from beach to evening sunset cruise. Number 6, Shipping should be clearly on the page, as well as free returns, money back, or any promise or value that you can add. I really highly recommend having free shipping, even if it means that you need to add it into the price of your products. It's just one of those things that when someone gets to checkout and you add on that price, you get a lot of people bouncing. Number 7, do you have an upsell option on the page to help improve your average order value? Improving your average order value will help ensure that you get more out of every single customer that comes to your website. And we all know how much it costs to get a customer to the website these days. There are apps that make this really simple and easy for Shopify. Number 8, how's your customer service? Really listening to your customers and responding to them in real time will help build a strong relationship with them. Gorgeous have a great platform that brings all your community management into one place. I've saved the best till last. Creative testing is a huge part of your strategy. I could talk for hours on this, but before I dive into creative testing, the most important part is to determine who your ideal customer is. It's funny how many customers would come to us and say, my target market is this. But as soon as we dive into the data and actually research who's buying most of the time, sometimes they're wrong. So be open to be wrong. Don't try to fit your business into what you think your audience is. Let your audience guide them to who you become as a brand. Some brands even launch with one demographic in mind and then they rebrand down the line now that they know their ideal customer. We are living in a consumer-first world and they are savvy. You can deep dive into your Google Analytics and learn a lot about your customers, your demographics, the products people buy, the pages that convert, the pages that people bounce from, and you can really derive all of your learnings from analyzing that. You can ask these questions on the screen. You can start a group on Meta where you can talk directly to the fans of your products or find answers from surveying people who buy your products. If you struggle to get the responses you want, you can always chuck in an incentivization, like fill out this 10-second survey for 20% off your next purchase. One of my favorite things to do to actually understand who a brand's customer is before talking to them is to go and read the real reviews that they have. Some brands have thousands of reviews, and by learning the common themes that their fans have and also the constructive feedback that they have, you can actually start to provide the solutions that the audience actually wants. From here, we can start to build our personas, and the quality of your creative testing will massively increase because we know exactly who you're speaking to. All right, now we can get into the fun stuff, creative testing and data. This is mainly relevant to running a paid advertising strategy and utilizing advertising spend through Meta or other social platforms. Remember through this process that you are testing to learn. You're not just testing to create a random split test. You want to know exactly what the audience liked, and then you can combine these elements together in your next round of testing. This is an ongoing process that won't stop. From now till Black Friday, you have all the time you need to figure out the ultimate combinations on what converts. What angles could you use to sell your products? For example, if I'm selling skincare, 3 angles could be that it helps to improve dermatitis, it's anti-aging, and that it's made with organic ingredients. The goal here is to not cram all of these pieces down your throat at once. You isolate each one and then you build a case around why someone would want to buy the product for that reason. I do have an analogy for this. So I only like red Skittles. So when I buy a packet, I eat only the red ones. The way to sell me a packet of Skittles is not to highlight all the possible flavors. It's to understand that I only want the red ones. So you highlight the red ones, you sell the red ones. And sure, I get all the other flavors, but that's just something extra. Moving on to the hook. What is the hook you would use to hook your ideal customer? What pain points does your product solve? And how can we convey this to stop the scroll? For example, back on skincare. Your hook could be that skincare will turn back the clock on fine lines. The offer is derived from the product that your problem solves. The offer could be that the product will save you time or improve your life. Or it could be a discount, like what we'll run for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. The offer is the reason to buy. Make sure you mix this up as well between media types, so video or static or GIFs. Even split testing your thumbnails on a video is a great way to understand what is going to attract your customers to click through. The placement is where your ad will be placed. Test platforms and then test the placements on these. So Instagram stories, Reels, Instagram newsfeed. You might find that different placements are going to work better with different personas or different age groups. With the skincare example, perhaps the anti-aging angle works best on Instagram feed, whereas the anti-acne angle might work best on Reels. Once we have our test ready, we need to look at the data. Now, I hope this doesn't get too technical for everybody, but I've outlined the 6 key metrics that I would look at on Meta advertising. So first of all, we have the link click-through rate. And this is the percentage of people that saw your ad and then also clicked through. So basically, is it doing a good job of reaching the right people? The hook rate is the percentage of people that watch the first 3 seconds of the ad. So basically, is your ad doing a great job of stopping the scroll and hooking people in to watch the rest of that video? Video hold is the number of people that actually watch that video all the way through. So they were hooked in to start with, but also the rest of the content in that video really educated them and they wanted to learn more. Conversion rate is the percentage of people that clicked on the ad, but then also followed through to make conversion. This is a metric that we want to be as high as possible. Average order value is something that we work to get as high as possible. When you are spending to acquire customers, the more you can make out of these customers, the better and more profitable your advertising is going to be. The last one is the frequency. So we want to make sure that we are not spending too much budget or showing the same ad to the same audience too frequently. When we're near Black Friday, we need to decide what you will offer. Every year, customers are expecting more and more. So how do you make sure your discount is not only competitive, but it's also profitable to you? The catch-22 is if you don't run the discount, they will go somewhere else. But after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we can build a customer retention strategy to get them back to purchase at full price. I don't think we have time for that today, but next time we can get into that. Just consider what offers have been the most successful in the past. I recommend a site-wide sale and an automatic discount applied. Also saves you on customer service time as well. Always have a VIP early access sale, 40% off if your margins allow or 30%, and free shipping is an absolute must through this time. Now that we know all the elements that are going to go into the Black Friday Cyber Monday build-up, let's take a look at what this could actually look like over the remainder of this year. So let's look at June. June will host the end of financial year sales in Australia. And this is basically your practice Black Friday. So you can test your different offers, your creatives, what landing pages should you link to, and you will learn what works and what doesn't. Moving into July, this is where things will really start kicking off for your Black Friday Cyber Monday roadmap. You want to ensure that you have product bundles that drive up your average order value. You want to test different combinations and build excitement through the post-sale period lull. The goal is to always have something exciting happening, not to always have a sale running. August is an incredible time to re-engage your email database and ensure that they're active. If they aren't, remove the inactive ones and that'll save you some money too. Just a note, through all of these sections, we are still running paid media campaigns, finding new customers and educating them in the build-up. Coming into September, this will be the last push that we have to grow our email database before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This is so that you're not always running a competition and you can start to grow that email database so that you can build that VIP list for the sale. You could always try a collaboration with another brand as well, double the reach or do a free gift with purchase to engage new audiences. October is this time to start the build up and hype for Black Friday. You can launch your VIP early access campaign to encourage users to join the VIP group. This means that they will get exclusive access before the public. You can drop hints around what might be coming to the sale as well. In November, this is vital that you update all of the email flows to have your Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. I recommend launching your sale at the start of November this year. It keeps getting earlier and earlier, and even launching 2 weeks before can still miss out on revenue. Release it to your VIP list first so that they're encouraged to purchase right then and there. 24 hours is a good time, but anywhere from 4 to 48 hours. Make sure the offer is everywhere. Have the prices reduced automatically, and I would recommend doubling or tripling your typical monthly ad spend. I know brands that even times this by 10 through the month of November. We spent over $3 million as an agency, $1 million more than the previous year, and we made our clients $22.7 million last year. The level of competition is intense and the customer growth is huge. Here are some of the incredible results that I have seen in the back end of Shopify. The first example gives us baby wear, the second is fashion, and the third is tech. So Black Friday works for nearly every industry. Never exclude yourself from this. I've even heard of some service businesses having the most successful period through Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So to wrap it all up here, these are my final tips for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Number 1, grow your email database and attract new cold audiences. Number 2, don't sell everything about your product to your customers. Be selective. Number 3, split test your creatives early, but make sure you actually take something and learn from it. Number 4, turn your website into one great big slippery slope to the checkout. Use analytics to find your weak spots. And number 5, run a strong discount. Anything above 30% off is where we really see the figures start to trend up. If anyone has any questions on anything we went through today, then please reach out to me.